Definitely say that it is something that, it's up to you at the end of the day, but there's such things called as cheat codes, right? And I feel like with what we've created, with the system that we have in place, we literally have the cheat codes to life. Um, when you have power and you know how to leverage of credit, right? When you have the power of credit and you know how to leverage your credit, and then you got capital, it's kind of all you need. That's how we get people out of the rat race, right? That's how we get people to escape their 9 to 5, because now you have credit that you can go use to get you some assets that make you money. The first goal everybody should have is to get out of the job, to stop trading the time for money. I say this, and I will continue to say this every time I hop on these Q&As. Um, if you're making 5,000 from a job and you're trading so much time to that job, just figure out how you're going to create 5,000 that the job is paying you anyway, so that you don't have to go to the job. That's the first step. First step is trying to figure out how can you supplement the income from your 9 to 5. We don't ever tell anybody just come in here and go quit the job and leave the job and things like that. I understand people may take a while to get out of that mindset of just saying, fuck a job, but um, when you look deeper into things and you kind of read outside the box of how things are structured, how school systems are set up, right, and how those things go to keep us only working for somebody else, it'll open your eyes to a lot more, opportunities. Get you some rental cars on the street, right? Get you some income going from that. Once you got you some rental cars, right? Get you some rental properties. So get you some real estate. Now you got that monthly income coming in off the real estate. Once you do that, jump into Airbnb. Get you some Airbnbs on there. Like these are multiple streams of revenue that can pay you all the time when you don't have to do a lot of work. Um, that's why I've added that to my community. That's why I've partnered with those mentors and I've made that available for you guys to move forward with, so you can have those different avenues. The Forex guy, Pips the Profits, is going to be big. If you're not into stocks or you don't know about stocks or which ones to invest in that build wealth, that's what he's there for. He's going to teach you that. It's not just about buying a $30,000 Bitcoin, watching it go up to 100K and making that bag. Everybody likes the quick bag. You can make the quick bag with your assets. You can make your bags with that, and then obviously your long term too with assets. But it's about investing in something that's gonna make you be wealthy in the long run, right? So that's what he's there for. That's what those other entrepreneurs are there for, to provide that outlet to you guys. Speaking of the Pips to Profit, the Forex guy, at the start of the new year, he's going to come on and put a 3-day workshop on for you guys absolutely free. He's setting up everybody demo accounts. You guys are going to make money in the stock market absolutely free on a 3-day basically trial run with him, so he can show you that he knows what he's doing when it comes to trading and making money in the stocks. He's going to teach you what to invest in. He's going to teach you, how to build true wealth. So just be prepared for that. My goal is to bring you guys opportunities, right? You're already going against the grain of like, and this doesn't speak to the people that are like, my military members that are retiring and they're needing something else to do to keep that bread coming in and being business owners. And this is for anybody, people who just thought that they had to go to work for the rest of their life. This is why I made this, so that you guys can really feel, yeah, Matthew. Yep, Matt Davis. He will be the one leading the class. He's super smart. He's super dope. Um, he's a personal friend of mine. So and that he also knows funding. So yeah, you guys are always going to be in good hands, and that's why I've created this, so that you guys can start by getting out of the norm and that everybody thinks is normal. You know what I mean? We're not working for nobody else. We're gonna be business owners and we're gonna blow this shit up on our own. So yeah, appreciate you guys obviously for being here, moving forward with me. If you haven't moved forward yet, what's stopping you? I say it every time. I got a cheat code. Credit is unlimited. I got partnerships with the lenders for a reason, because they guarantee the money that they give you. I got partnerships with the vehicle dealers because they guarantee they're gonna beat competitors' prices on the vehicles. I can literally build your business out from scratch. When I did it myself, I made a partnership. Then I connected with this bank. I made a partnership. I created partnerships with everybody that I, experienced doing it on my own. That way I could have you guys a blueprint, something to follow, and something to basically not fail at. So hats off. Appreciate you guys. Salute you guys. And I'll open the floor for any questions that you got. Let's go. We can talk about anything tonight. It's like a small crowd. I understand holidays probably got people busy and stuff like that. So if you got credit questions, I'll answer them to the best of my knowledge. I do know a lot about credit, but I try not to stick in that lane. Turo, assets, how to do it, why things are going like they go. That's what I'm here for. I'm the founder and the CEO for a reason, because I already know most of the things that you may ask me if it has to do with the process. So go ahead, Chris. Shoot, brother, you answered. Your hand
Hey,
went
Trevor.
up first, and let's get it.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Trevor. Thanks for hosting this and having us on. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. I guess the first question, at least I have, is I'm looking to start on the Turo platform, and open up there, and I've really felt the need or the niche to kind of start off small, and because I don't want to get over my skis. No need to go out and buy like 10 cars straight out the gate as I'm trying to navigate and learn about this. I've been watching the videos and stuff. It's been super helpful. But really, the question is, I'm targeting really to start with two cars. One of my personal cars that I have, and going and buying another car. Do you kind of see that that's a pretty good strategy to play to start off kind of small, maybe 2 to 3 cars, or are you thinking maybe in a go down a different alley?
To be honest, and this isn't coming from just a risk taker's standpoint, because I take risks. Everything I do, I take a risk. I don't ever go small. I would still at least go 3 to 5. Especially if your personal is one of them. Hey, is your personal car paid off already?
No, it's not.
Okay, so you have a note there. To only get one more additional car, you may only cover both of the notes and then maybe have a little bit money for your pocket. So I don't want you to work on something that's not gonna be gaining, right? So I would go 3 to 5 cars. You can still play the safe route, even going 3 to 5 if you go economy with cheap payments. You that's still playing it safe, because uh economy car notes maybe $400 with insurance. So 4, 8, 12, 16. That's $1,600, but that's 4 cars. You're going to generate more than $1,600 a month on a 30-day span. Even putting them cars on there, the strategy I use, depending on the car, right? But easy math strategy, 10% of your car note. So a $40 daily on a $400 car, put it on there for $40 a day, see how it does. But that's depending on the car, right? Obviously, if you got a Range Rover that has a $700 payment, you're not going to put it on there for 70 because you got a good deal on it. You're going to choose by the market and things like that. But I would go 3 to 5 so you can see some real returns and some real numbers. Economy and 3 row vehicles will always hit. They're always going to hit because people travel and they need 3 rows. And obviously, economy cars are cheap. You can find cheap 3 row vehicles like the Kia Sorento. Telluride's pretty low. I think I in 2022, I bought a Kia Telluride brand new, and my payment was only 875, and that was brand new at that time. Um, it's pretty low for a Kia Telluride. It's a slick car. It's 3 rows. It looks good. So I would go 3 to 5. That's just me personally. Unless you're just trying to pay. I only tell people that if they already have a car, if they're just trying to cover that car note, if you're like, damn, I'm tired of paying this $800 car note, then yeah, you could go one or maybe a second additional car if you're just wanting to free up that cap. But if you want to put a little bit of money in your pocket, I'd go 3 to 5. There is plenty of different strategies you can roll with. Um, my goal was always to make money, right? But making money doesn't have to be profit as well. Like you may just only want to cover your car note. You may be tired of paying that car note. So maybe that second or third car, you can get something that you actually want to drive, like maybe your dream car is that Corvette. Go get that Corvette. Let them other two pay for that. You know what I mean? Be strategic with what you're going to do. Turo is a marketing platform. Their goal is to book your car. They're not going to let your car sit on there and not get booked. You're going to give them 10%. Pick the 90% plan. You're going to give them 10% and go that route. But that's what I would do personally from my professional standpoint. Or you can go, obviously, you can go all in. But from where you're speaking on right now, that's the play that I would run. My dealer connect's gonna give you all the information you need. He's gonna say, "Hey, we can get you this. I can get you 3 or 4 more." Never feel forced to go with what his move is, but he knows his role in my business is to one, make sure the clients win, right, and get them the most bang for their buck. So, but then again, that's up to you.
Now that's good info. That's what I needed to hear. And obviously starting at some place or whatever, there's tons of scaling opportunities after watching your videos and all of the things that I've been learning thus far. So yeah, I appreciate that. It helps ground me a little bit and keep it real. So thanks.
Yeah, for sure. You always just want to know that you're gonna, no matter what, when you get something new, you got to go through it's called the credit garden, right? When the bureaus see new debt on you, they want to make sure that you are reputable with that debt. They want to make sure that you can handle that debt. So you never want to put the roof on your head already. You don't want to go get 2 cars and be like, damn, this is doing really good. And you can't handle the demand and you're making good money. And then you're like, damn, I want to go get 3 or 4 more. But they're like, hey, well, you just got these. You need to wait a couple more months. You never want to be. So it's good to know your number. Like, okay, I'm going in, I'm doing 4, and that's it for starters. Handle that 4 for 6 months and then scale up. You know what I mean? And start scaling because as you've learned through the course materials, I teach you how to scale and you're going to be able to scale easily. But you never want to cut your arm off before you know what I mean, you can even stick it out. So that's the strategy for sure. Miss Amy,
Hey, Trevor.
how you doing, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. So I have a location specific question with regard to Turo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right now I live in Alaska and the climate is obviously pretty extreme. So if I got cars here, I would have to do very specific things in order to keep, the cars going.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is, would you recommend, like if, since I'm living in a place where it's a little bit more extreme, would you recommend, or how would you recommend I go about maybe getting a fleet in another city? Like if I wanted to do like Las Vegas or Atlanta or somewhere
Mm-hmm.
like that.
What part of Alaska are you in first?
Anchorage.
All right, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so Anchorage, there's about 286,000 people there. Um, and obviously I know what Alaska weather is like. Well, I don't know, but I've got plenty of friends, family that's been stationed there and know. Um, I would get vehicles that are gonna always stay gone. I would stay away from like exotic vehicles and luxury vehicles. I'd fill your fleet with with obviously 4-wheel drive. I'd
Yeah.
I'd make everything about your fleet in that area. Um, Make it catchy for the client. Like if you got to get snow chains, get snow chains. Say they come with, all my vehicles are equipped with snow chains for the tires, ski equipment, or whatever it may be. Do what you can do to make your vehicles be the ones that are always booked. Trucks, 4-wheel drive vehicles
Yeah.
are they going to be great. Little Jeep 4-wheel drive Jeeps are going to be great. They're always good. They always hit. That's how I would handle your market as a whole because now you can always have a vehicle that's getting booked rather than if you get, something that's luxurious that can only go out when the weather's good. Um,
Right.
so I would do it that way. For about getting hosted in other vehicles, Turo actually offers that. You can send vehicles to a vetted host, but you got
Mm.
to understand that you're going to not be making as much money as you want. That would be beneficial for somebody who maybe just be trying to build up their business credit or things like that. I have a guy in Vegas that I use. I have a guy in North Carolina that I use. I sent 10 out to Vegas. I did send 10 out to North Carolina as well. All those 10 are in a business name, which is obviously one of my daughters. I got 10 LLCs. You guys should purchase multiple LLCs, structure them all the same way that you know in the classroom, in the training, structure them all exactly the same way. Obviously change the name of them and things like that, but the way they're structured, do it that way. And those are for my children, right? I'm building they legally can't own the LLC until they become of age for me to amend it, but that business is being built up for them, and those vehicles are in that business's LLC, which in turn is I'm building that business credit up. My goal wasn't to, hey, tax that person who has those vehicles. My goal was to be like, hey, pay all 10 of these car notes so that it can reflect on the business side. We do have agreements. I do make some money off them because of the type of vehicles that I sent, but you got to figure out what you're trying to do in order, like what's the purpose behind it. If you're trying to make money, you have to run it. You can't have a co-host do it if you're trying to make money. But if you're just trying
Got
to,
it.
yeah, if you're just trying to benefit on the credit side and maybe get a little bit of money, then obviously go with a host who's vetted that can take your vehicles. And we do have those connections. If you do want to send vehicles to Vegas, I do have that connection. I'm not saying you're going to make a whole lot of money doing it, but if credit is your goal, or if you're done with the vehicle, say you tried it, and that's an exit for everybody on this call. When you get into the Turo bag and you get into the Turo game, if you just feel it's not working right, I'm not talking about taking an L 1 month or if you're taking an L. I'm talking about consistent L's. Businesses are going to take L's. You're going to have slow months. You're going to have fast months. That's how business operates. You have to be a business owner and monetize and optimize. But I do have exits for everybody on this call. So if you do want to get out, right, if you're a mentee of mine, I wouldn't say everybody on the call, but if you're a mentee of mine and a student of mine and you're done with it, you can send this to my guy in Vegas and he'll take over the car notes, put it on auto pay and everything. You're not going to make no cash, but that's your exit. You may be done with, you may have did Turo for a year or two and you're like, you know what, fuck, I want to get into real estate now, or I'm getting rich as fuck off stocks. I don't need Turo. So you'll have that avenue as well. But like I said, Amy, it depends on how you're trying to maximize. Are you trying to benefit on the credit, get the business credit built up so you can get more capital? Are you trying to make money and build the credit? It goes basically off of what you want out of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the make money and build business credit side of things. So it sounds like I'd have to do something local, which is fine. I know that I would have to get everything winterized and like all these different things. So that was
yeah, for sure. The better you make your fleet, think about convenience, right? You want to think about how convenient you are to a customer, right? We pay for convenience these days. I know I do. Like, I don't spend the extra money on DoorDash just because I want to give them extra money. I spend the extra money on DoorDash because it's convenient. They get my food, they bring it to me,
Yeah.
and I eat it. I don't have to leave the house. So you want to think of your rental business the same way. You want to be convenient for the clients, and whatever looks the best, seems like they get the best deal. There are consumers, right? You're now a business owner. So you want to make your business, your fleet, whatever it is, look better than everybody else's. So the better you make it look and the more convenient you make it look for them, they're going to book with you. And then once you get them once, they're going to be retention customers because of the automations that I've taught you guys. It's going to keep retention on those clients.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yes, ma'am, for sure. 100%. What else we got? Somebody can come off mute. Let's spit it. Anything. Credit, funding, processes. Let's roll. Sarah, go ahead.
Hi, Trevor. I don't know if you remember our kind of conversation from last Monday. Um, so basically, moving to Hawaii, middle of next month with my fiance, who's going to still be active duty for the foreseeable future. And we want to start up basically a small fleet out there. But of course, as you know, with military, we're going to get moved again, probably 3 years after that. So, what would you recommend with that situation? Would you recommend finding co-hosts out there or just try to manage it from the mainland after we leave?
And that's going to be something that you're going to obviously learn as you're doing it. So within 3 years, you never know where you're going to be at with the business. You could be still at 3 or 4 or 5 cars with a small fleet, or you could have been like, damn, this took off. and have 20 cars with partners who help you already anyway. And those are the people that you pass it off to. When I did Turo personally, I'm Shreveport is where I'm from, right? Born and raised, Shreveport, Louisiana. But I knew I was going to move around. I never stayed content. I'm real big on like, I know what complacency is and I'll never be complacent. I'm always on the move. I'm a hustler. I adjust. So I knew I was going to go, but the whole time I was running my Turo operation, I was making relationships with people. That's where I hired my runners and things like that. So I knew when I left, if I had this person helping me run the vehicles and he was doing exactly what he was supposed to do, he understood the business, he understood how I did it and how I ran it, I knew I could confidently pass the vehicles off to him, have him run it. And that's kind of how I was able to just say, fuck it, leave the cars there. You do have the options to ship them with you, bring it with you if you're personally attached to them or you like doing it that way, or you could build that relationship with a family member, friend, or a person out there, have them run your business, move to another state, run the play again. That's how I would do it. Or if, like I said, you could send it out to if 3 years is up and you could send it out to one of our co-hosts and then go to the next spot and do it again. That might be your chance for a brand new fleet. We're not keeping these cars for, I always, after a year and a half, I switch them out anyway, because you want to, as a business owner, you have to monetize, right? We have to optimize and make sure our fleet is good. So after a year, I imagine the mileage is going to be through the roof anyway. So as a business owner, I don't want to be upside down every time I buy a car. So when the mileage starts getting a little high, that's when my credit, let me make sure I'm optimized. Obviously, we do it for you guys coming in, but that's why you have the course material, so you can optimize on your own while you're being a business owner. Now you're like, okay, let me optimize because I need to trade this in and get another one. You might switch. It might be a high performing car. I switched to 2022 Kia Telluride for a 2023 Kia Telluride because it did good. And you just got to do that so you can keep as minimal negative equity carryover as possible. At the end of the day, if your note goes up a couple $100, it don't matter. You're not paying it anyway. Your guests are. So you can't be feeling like it's, damn, I got to pay the negative equity. No, you don't. Your clients are going to pay it. Now you're a business owner, so that's how you're going to have to operate. So that's not going to be a problem even 3 years, because like I said, after a year, you're probably going to be switching out your fleet, revamping it. The last year, you might switch out again and be like, okay, I'm actually going to, when I switch these, I'm going to, switch them and have them shipped to your next duty station.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that all makes sense.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad. You're going to be good. Trust me. I'm the best in the business for a reason. I know how to flip these cars. I know how it works. And the partners and the affiliates that I have, they have certain roles and I have certain systems in place to make sure that you guys can't fail. When I did it, I've already went through them steps of trial, error, and tried to make it to where you guys don't have to do those same mistakes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Rashard, go ahead, brother.
Hey man, my question is, how do I become a mentee? Like, how do I get into the mentorship?
So if you want to become a mentee with me, what I can do is I'll drop. If you give me
I booked a call for January 2nd, but I don't I just don't know what else to expect after the call,
Oh yeah, I actually see it right here, 10 o'clock on January 2nd. Perfect. So like I said, obviously this is a business. So it is going to cost, right? It's an investment. We will work with your budget. We want to make sure that everybody is good. I don't hit people over the head. It's not something that is just unreachable, right? I'm not like them other mentees that's 10, 20, $30,000, right? My goal is to make sure that I can make this make sense for you. So how it'll go, you already booked on the 2nd. We'll have that call. Basically, I'm going to see if you're a good fit, right? You'll either be with me or one of my executive assistants. We're going to go through some qualifying questions and make sure that we're qualified. If it doesn't make sense to do business together, I have to be honest with you and say it won't work, right? Because my goal is not to put people in financial bonds or any type of situation that they can't handle. My goal is to actually help people. I'm not like a guru online that's just trying to sell something and make money. I'm actually trying to provide riches and wealth for my clients. So if you pass, basically the qualifying questions, if it makes sense, then we come up with a solution on how you can move forward. And from there, you get onboarded, you get a private Discord channel, you have access to the big three, which is myself as the CEO and founder, the credit team, the marketing team. You'll get access to all the course materials, and everything starts. We start day one is credit optimization. You get onboarded, credit optimization starts putting your credit profile in a fundable position. Once your credit profile is in a fundable position, we send you to the lending team. They get you a guaranteed, I can sit here on the call and say it, a guaranteed 50K or more. And that depends on your profile. What does that mean? The lowest of lowest person that I've had through optimization still got 50K. So that's how I can guarantee that.
Okay.
So, and you can use that money for whatever you want.
I have a question also. Is there like a payment plan? Sorry to cut you off, man. Is there like a payment plan or something like that with the
that's like I said, whenever we go through the qualifying, we'll see if you actually qualify, what you qualify for. We do have one. We don't like to use it, but if it is suitable for a client and it makes sense for a client, we will give them a payment plan. It's just the process may be a little slower than hitting the ball.
Understood. All right, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure. For sure, bro. Appreciate you.
all right. Oh, and yeah, I'm sorry, man.
No, you good.
I have I was interested in like switching my LLC over to like trying to do the rental car business. I was always interested in renting cars and stuff like that too. I know that Turo is like one of the things. So I have a car that's paid off on my. I don't own the car anymore. I have this paid off. It was a 2023 Kia Sorento. Just I think I got it in April. It paid off in like no, I got it in March. It paid off in like April, April or May. And it looks good on the credit report, but I got a couple of things I want to remove off, and that's why I was like interested in the credit optimization that you guys have. So, because the credit, I'm still repairing a couple of things. So, I went to the dealership in December to try to get a family car for myself, but I wanted to get it in my business name. They told me that you can get it in your business name, but it'll also be. And I watched the video where you said, "Don't be scared. It's okay to get in your business name and still be a personal guarantor where it'll be on your personal credit." I recently watched that video like literally yesterday, but what my question is was like, if I was to get that vehicle today, would I be able to get more than one vehicle from that dealer? It would just depend on the dealer.
Yeah, it depends on who the dealer is. My Dealer Connect runs the play. He'll get you if you can get 10, he gonna get you 10. If you can get 20, he gonna get you 20. Like his goal is to build out your fleet. Like we're not just trying to go for one. We're using every.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying because you're saying you built the relationship with these people already, so you already have the sequence set up. So all right, I'll follow along. All right.
Yeah. But some dealers are going to be stiff, right? Some dealers aren't going to let you do it, especially when you're PGing it in the business.
Right.
Some dealers are going to say their lenders can't do that. Technically they can if the LLC is structured properly, right, and your personal score can guarantor that. You can always hold the power in the dealership. Just knowing how your credit profile is. What's that, 2 years plus LLC? You don't need any type of aged Mr. Romero, where you at? Oh yeah. You don't need any type of aged LLC for that. Once your credit, you can PG anything, brand new LLC. I went to matter of fact, we put my wife through the program right after I did it. I was like, okay, well, let me start putting my family through it so everybody can win. So my mama went through it. I got about 5 cars in her name. I pay her bills, my sister, everybody. When I put my wife through it, brand new, just optimized the credit, got the LLC. 3 days later, went down to Chase. Chase gave her 15K. She PG'd it because of that personal. That is an online hoax people will hit you with and say that you need a 2-year LLC and things like that. Man, I can make an LLC tonight. And when I get my paperwork, if my credit's good, I can go down to the bank and get some money, or I can go to the dealership and put the vehicle in the name because I'm guarantoring that thing. So, yeah, don't there's loopholes to everything, Mr. Romeo. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, I'm back again. I'm gonna take advantage of all this. So can you spit out a couple of tips that you use for market research? Like I've been kind of looking at, in the area that I'm at, what kind of vehicles, pricing wise, is that a pretty good strategy to look on the Turo platform and kind of gauge what you think you're going to charge for your vehicle, or do you have some other tips that you can share with all of us? Thanks.
So for market research, I don't go off the pricing on that too much. I mainly go on what vehicles have like the most trips or the type of vehicle that has the most trips. Because I know numbers don't lie. So I know if there's, like we were saying a minute ago, if there's a Kia Sorento on there, if there's 10 or 20 of them that have 100+ trips, they all have 100+ trips. Yours isn't going to sit on there with 3 trips. Yours is going to also hit those numbers because obviously that's a high demand vehicle that people want. So when I do market research, I kind of do it like that, or I'll peep the market and go the exact opposite of the market. If there's not one Corvette in the market, I'll probably put a Corvette in there or if there's minimal, if there's only one Tesla Model X Plaid, well, shit, let me put my Tesla Model X Plaid in there because there's one here and it has a lot of trips, but there's only one. So that's how I did the market research. And in my market, I was pretty lucky. There was only there was a handful of people doing it, but they all had economy, right? They all had economy. There wasn't really no luxury, nothing. So I came to my market. I put Hellcats, Trackhawks, Range Rovers, Mercedes. I put GLEs in there, and I went crazy because the market had never seen anything like that. They only seen the normal rental car things, which is no one hates on the economy cars. They're going to book. You're going to have daily drivers that need an economy car every single day. You got cheap clientele, right? You're going to get a cheap customer in a cheap car. But when you have something that you don't see often, that's when you can really kind of steal the game. Once it catches one booking and it starts catching traffic, then you're going to go crazy. That's how I did it. And I based the price on myself. So I feel as if all those other Kia Sorentos are 2021s, but I got a 2025 Kia Sorento. If they're charging $90, I can charge 110 because I got the brand new of the brand new. So I kind of look at the whole picture overall as a whole, and then I dial in my own stuff, and then I adjust from there. Like, damn, it's been on there 3 days, no booking. Let me drop it down $5-10, and now I might start catching the traffic. You got to be a business owner and kind of, adjust for sure.
Yeah,
Mr. Joseph.
appreciate that. That's good info, Trevor. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chris. Joseph, go ahead, my brother.
Hey, so and this might be a location question, but in regards to EV compared to like fuel cars, how do you feel? Do you feel like people go to fuel because it's easier? There's a gas station everywhere. I don't want to deal with EV having to charge it up, or do you feel like that's based on your location?
I don't honestly. I think it's just based on a client's either going to book an electric car because they like them or not. I had best of both worlds in my fleet. I did have obviously fuel efficient vehicles, and then I also had obviously a bunch of Teslas in my fleet. My Teslas went crazy because, like I said, there wasn't a lot where I was at. I'm out here in Florida, and that's all I see is Teslas. But where I was at, it wasn't a lot. So to be honest, that's just going to be a lot of people just want to drive a Tesla because they've never driven one before. So it's going to book regardless. Soon everything is going to go EV anyway. Like they're already trying to get rid of fuel vehicles and things like that. So they don't have a choice. But I don't think that's going to be a big issue on like, damn, no one's going to book it because it's an electric car. They're not tripping like that, bro. They're looking at the type of car on the space, how it looks and things like that. I've never got on Turo and was like, I ain't booking that shit because it's electric. I ain't never done that. I've always, sometimes I put myself in like the buyer's, the buyer's seat as a person that's renting. You can't always do that in business, right? Because sometimes we'll be biased. Like when I go to Miami and things like that, I only want Lambos. I only want Rolls Royce and things like that. But I mean, you sometimes still have to apply that and be like, you know what, if I was, would I spend $180 on a Tesla Model X daily rental. You know what I mean? Like you got to kind of do it from that standpoint. It's not location specific. It's not location though. It has nothing to do with that.
And then another question. So we watched the video yesterday in regards to you were saying that when you start, or you suggest that you should start with like 3 or 4 used and maybe 1 or 2 new. What's the rationale behind not buying new cars compared to buying a used car?
Um, so you hold on. So you said you watched the video, and then what's the method and strategy on buying used instead of new?
You mentioned like you had said, you should start off with like 5 or 6 cars, and if you do, only like 1 or 2 of them should be new. The rest should probably be used. So is that just based off of just the fact that the depreciation of it, or is there more to it behind that?
No, my thing was like when I go to the dealer, I don't honestly I care about the car that I'm getting, but at the same time, I care about my monthly spend. Like, what am I going to pay monthly for the car? Because that's what I have to make back. I have to make sure that I can book it out and make enough money to, at a minimum, pay the note. If I pay the note, then at a minimum, I'll have a free car. You know what I mean? I didn't come out of my pocket. I didn't spend no money. I broke even. As a business, sometimes, I mean, it's good to break even and not take an L. So, sometimes on used cars, you just get better deals. The depreciation's already there. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, that was my strategy on that. I get a couple new just because, if I can get a good deal on it. But the main thing is like, what am I going to pay monthly? What's my monthly car note? I can get a 2024 Dodge Charger, my car note with 0 miles, and my car note might be 780, but I can get a 2023 Dodge Charger, same color. It's got 10,000 miles and my car note's 520. Well, I'm probably going to go with that one. It still qualifies to be on the Turo platform. It's the same car a year earlier. Like I do it that way in a sense of rather than like new or used. If I can get a brand new Kia Telluride and my note be $700, I'm gonna get that. You know what I mean? Because it's brand new. I get a good warranty, all kinds of shit. Now you can lease cars. If I was still running Turo as heavy as I was when I was hands on, because I obviously stepped away from Turo, I kind of let my Vegas plug, my North Carolina plug, my Louisiana plug. I let them run all of my cars because if I was still tapped into the Turo business heavy and whipping these cars and just living, the lifestyle I was living, I wouldn't have time to be a mentor to you guys and make sure that I run a business. I make sure that my systems work, right? When you guys have a complaint within the credit process or whatever it is, it's my job to make sure that I get that shit fixed so that y'all are good and y'all don't have buyer's remorse and that y'all are successful, right? I'm a person that makes things work and do and be right for y'all. So I wouldn't have time to do that if I was still running Turo fleets. But if I was buying right now, I would lease the cars. I would get the max amount of mileage I can get in a year. Some of them can do all the way up to 15,000 miles a year, which is about what they're going to run, right? If you put a mileage limit, 250 a day or whatever it is, and watch the mileage, you can always get out of the lease. And if you under the mileage and you didn't mess up the car, you can just turn it in, get another one, lease it again. Then you never even really get the big debt on you. You ain't really responsible for it, but you got to understand you are running Turo. So if somebody messes up the lease, you gotta fix it and everything before that dealership gets it. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you got to be able to be hands-on with it. But I'd run a lease play. I mean, like I said, they only put however much you're financing. However, if you're leasing 3 years, they put 3 years of that total debt on your credit instead of a whole car. You can turn it in. If it ain't performing, you can flip it out for something else. Like you got a lot of, and you can lease cars with the LLC. Well, I know Kia lets you because I have a client that did it here, and I didn't know you can lease under the LLC, but you can do that too. So I would lease all day long.
That's a new one. That's a new one. Is leasing.
Yeah, Turo lets you do it. So I've been pressing that. I made a video on it and everything because it's like, damn, that's like the ultimate leverage. That's the ultimate play. You don't even own it. Like, you know what I mean? You just literally let me borrow this and make money off of it. You know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't want to do that?
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That arbitrage.
Oh yeah, arbitrage for sure, for sure. Turo arbitrage. What you got, Corey?
Man, maybe just some clarification, right? So let's just say I get 200K in business funding, right? Once my optimization is finished and all that kind of stuff. When I'm going to either Connect or dealership, am I buying this car with business funds, basically with cash to a dealership? Is that the principle behind it, or am I still financing a car?
So you don't ever want to use your business. Your business funding is for you. That's like something that I gave my clients, right, to use for whatever you want to do. Personal stuff, lifestyle, making sure that your business is maintenance, repairs. Maybe you had a slow month and you need to pay the car note. Use the credit card. They say they can't take credit payment. Yes, they can. Go advance it to your bank and make the payment, or liquidate it and make the payment. You can pay stuff. I pay bills with I pay all my bills with a credit card. You can do it. And obviously my credit guru will give you guys, it's probably in his course. He'll give you game on how to liquidate and how to use credit to live, right? We live off credit. So don't use that to purchase your cars, because you're putting instant utilization on your credit cards, right? If you get a $50,000 card and you go buy a $40,000 vehicle with the credit, now you're like, damn, you're at 90% of utilization. You instantly, now you got a high monthly payment on that amount of debt that you used. You're financing the vehicles under that properly structured LLC. So the personal debt doesn't get attached to you personally, because you're PGing with your credit score that we just optimized. You're PGing the loan to purchase it under the business name. That's how this thing goes. So you're still owning the vehicle. You own the vehicles at the end of the day. At the end of the day, 5-year loan from now, 5 years down the road, I mean, you could essentially have 20 cars paid off that you own all of them, That was never my goal. I never wanted to own 20. I'm in the mix of making money. We got bills. All of us on this call have bills. Every 30 days, you got bills. It's a 30-day cycle. Electric, water, mortgage, rent, all of that stuff is in 30 days. So paying off the cars does nothing but help my credit. I know credit. I can optimize my credit. It doesn't matter on that part. I can always optimize my credit to go get, you use your credit to go get capital or go get stuff that you want. If I can optimize my credit to get what I want anyway, who cares about owning the cars? I just want to make money, because the bills don't stop. So
I think so. I've been sitting here waiting for my optimization to be finished, but I've got the capital right now, right? So that business funding is just for the maintenances and things like that. The what if that's come up within a business. The actual purchase of vehicles, I could be going to Navy Federal right now and being like, hey, I want 20K or whatever it might be to go get a vehicle.
Yeah, right? You can go get your cars as soon as you're ready to get them cars. The only problem with that is if you add all them cars instantly, it could put you in the credit garden and stop the capital. Now you got to work off the muscle. So that's what I did with myself, right? I ran the play with her the right way. Me, I only had a $20,000. I think I had a $23,000 credit union back home, Barksdale Federal Credit Union. I had 23,000 with them, and I had 4,000 with like Amex at that time when I started. So I only had 27,000, and I went and bought 6 vehicles because I didn't know the game. I was just trying to get in. So I went and bought 6 vehicles, and now I'm hustling the business because I had quit my job. I said I'm not working for nobody ever again. I'm gonna just do this shit. If it work, it work. If not, fuck it. But so now I'm hustling the shit, and I can't go get more money because I done put 6 cars on me. Now I have $270,000 worth of vehicle debt on me. The banks ain't giving me nothing. I can't get no credit. I can't get no increase, and it's nothing. So now I'm dependent on Turo to pay the car notes, I'm doing everything from the profits because I didn't know the game. Well, obviously I did it. I'm a hustler. I'm gonna figure it out. So I did what I did. But then when I ran my wife through the program, I did her shit the right way. So I had the LLCs. Now that vehicle debt isn't attached to my wife. She got 27 cars in her name, all in the business. No vehicle debt. And we ran up like 234,000 in credit with her. So now if anything happens with the business, shit, I can use all the credit to pay off all the cars on my name if I want to. Like now I have the power to do whatever I want to do. Now I can do Airbnb and real estate and things like that because now I have a cushion over here. So and obviously as I learned, I made videos on this. I was like, damn, well now my credit's good, optimized. Then I just refinanced the cars out of my personal into my business. So now I got 270K worth of cars paid off on my profile. Now, if I want to go buy a Lamborghini Urus tomorrow, I can go get one and they're not going to bat an eye because they like, damn, he already had $300,000 vehicles that he paid off. Shit, he's good with it. So I'm already reputable now, but I put myself in the garden without really knowing what it was and knowing how to operate. So you can by all means go in, but if you go in and go grab 10 cars right now, you may fuck up your funding. And I don't want a client to have to do that grind unless you just a grinder, go getter, by all means do it. I would much rather people have capital to back them first. Or if you already have capital, if you already have credit, you already have 20, 30,000 behind you, you may be good. Start out with the business, do it like that. But you're going to be in the garden and then you probably won't get your funding till 6 months because the lenders aren't going to give you anything with that debt. So I like people to go through the flow. It may be a longer process, right? Depending on your past credit habits or whatever. You may wait. It may be a couple months before you can actually jump in, but why not jump in with everything that you need, you know?
What is that sweet spot then to jump in with?
I did it with 27. So if you got, huh?
But you had a hustle afterward though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had to hustle for sure. It was a hustle. But I mean, if you're making good income from your 9 to 5, right? Because I didn't have the 9 to 5 or nothing. So if you have still money to sustain, like if you're like, okay, I know if this car don't book out, at least my job, I have that, I can pay it. If you got, some money coming in from the job, right? Dual income household, whatever it may be, you got a little bit of credit, shit, you might be good. You can just go jump in. I like to tell people to wait and do it simultaneously. So whenever we say, hey, we're sending you to the funder, boom, go get the cars. Because now it's all going off at once anyway.
Okay, I mean, I have patience by all means. I'm like, I do have patience, but at the same point, I'm like, damn, this shit's taking a minute.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, and I mean, I don't think anybody, if people are here, they're already action takers, they already take risks. So I don't think anybody would be here and be like, damn it, I fucking failed because I didn't have funding. Like, you're gonna figure it out. Like, we not built to fail. God didn't make us to be failures. Like, we're built to do what the hell we're supposed to do. And if we got family and spouses, we definitely gonna do it. So because that's who we trying to do it for. So I think. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna hit you with one more, but go ahead, finish your thought, man.
No, I was just saying. I think that anybody. I mean, you definitely can do it without it, but I'd like to have it. Maybe you can just get a couple cars. Then you won't be in a credit garden if you just go get 1 or 2 cars. But if you go get 5 and 10, they definitely gonna be like, hold up, buddy. But I mean, shit.
If I'm looking at economy cars though, right, and I'm using your connects that you got, I mean, what I'm looking, and I'm estimating because I haven't reached out to them yet or whatever, right? But I'm looking like 10 grand or so per vehicle, right? So let's just say I go and cash buy like 4 or 5 of those things, like that's not even touching my credit at that point, right?
Yeah, true. And then I was gonna say this, I forgot. I'm tripping. You about to PG it and put it in the business anyway, so it's not even gonna be on your personal. So you good. You good to go ahead. Yeah. I was thinking from the standpoint of putting it on your personal. It really depends on if a dealer tries to put it on your personal, don't do it. Put it like that. Okay. You can run the play right now. If you want to go get to Navy Fed and get you 5, 10 cars, or whoever it is, just make sure it's in the business name or you will fuck up your funding abilities. Like, you will not get funded if you go add a bunch of cars and you put them in your personal. But if they put them in business, you're good because they're not going to see it on your personal anyway.
But will that fuck up my business ability to buy more vehicles?
No, because they don't really look at that. That's not something that.
It's not like your personal.
Yeah, it's not something that they look at that way. But I have multiple LLCs, so I would get funding with one LLC. I'd get cars with one LLC. I'd get real estate with one LLC. I would just kind of scatter it around just in case. But yeah, they're not like, oh, that business already has 10 cars. We can't do it. but you never know with the lenders, bro. Like the lenders, if they can figure out a way to try to stop us from winning and being in a better position than them, they will. That's how this system is set up. That's why we're always adjusting and figuring out the new strategies and new things to make it work.
And you use like the stacking strategy with purchasing as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. When you go to the dealer and you get they're gonna run your shit 1,000 times anyway. They might get 10 or 15 approvals. Use every single approval. Okay.
Okay.
I want to use I'm buying, if I can buy 10 cars today, I'm buying 10 cars.
But I'm just saying, multiple financial institutes, so a Navy Federal, a Chase, a Bank of America, whatever. If I go get 5 pre-quals from each one of them, I mean that's something I can do, right? Like let's just do that within that time frame.
Yeah, or you could use, or the dealer could do it. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, if you want to pre-qual it that way, that's an easy way to do it. But you got to remember, like Navy Fed is just going to pull only Navy Fed pre-qual. Bank of America is only going to pull Bank of America, and then you're going to be at 4 or 5, and then they're going to start saying no. A dealer's going to send your shit to 10 or 15 simultaneously and get all the approvals right then and there. So then you can use all them approvals at the same time. When you're using the dealer to go try to, basically finance a car, pick a super expensive car. You don't have to buy it. Go pick that $70,000 vehicle, because you're going to see all the banks that are going to give you 70,000, and you're going to use, okay, Truist gave me 70,000, but I want to buy that $40,000 car. Oh, Bank of America gave me 7, because it's 70. You know where you're at. You know your wiggle room. If you want to go get a $70,000 car, you can. But you can get anything below that too, because you already got the approvals for that car. That's when you tell the dealer, like, okay, well, look, I think I don't really want that one, because $70,000 vehicle, that's a $1,400 payment off the rip. So we're not doing that. That's later. We just telling the dealer, okay, I'm really chilling off that, but I want to buy that Charger, that Challenger, that Forte, that Sorrento. I want to use all my approvals today. Can you make it happen or not? If they say no, be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the dealership down the road. I guarantee they're gonna say yes.
Man, you're starting to piece it together for me now.
Yeah, just make sure everything stays in the business.
Yep.
For sure. Chris, PG is personal guarantor. So yeah, that's basically you're using you're the co-signer for your business. Your business can't sign for itself. That goes back to what Mr. Romero was saying earlier. Mr. Romero, I think he dipped out, but that goes back to what he was saying earlier, having a 2-year LLC and things like that. You got to have a business for 2 years, and it has to be making at least $1 million, $2 million annually on paper for the business to only sign for the business. Like no co-sign or nothing. Like I can sign as a business, some Donald Trump shit, file bankruptcy, and it just goes away. Trump Airlines, boom. His business had made the money that it made. He was able to start something. He filed bankruptcy, and his personal credit don't get messed up or nothing. This is the business. Okay, it's bankruptcy. We'll try it again. We're gonna try another business, see if it works. Same shit. But your PG is basically you co-signing for the business. It doesn't report to your personal. That's what we were talking about, Corey. So if you want to go get these vehicles in the business name, you can go get them. When you become delinquent, then it's going to report to your personal, because they can't go after the business. They got to go after you. So if you're 30, 90 days late, now they're coming for Mr. Chris. Now they're coming for Mr. Corey, because shit, they can't go for, Chris Free Tag Enterprises. They got to come for you.
That's good, Trevor. Thanks, man. And Corey, thank you too as well, because that kind of just tied the knot for me, kind of sealed up some things that I was kind of, toying with in my mind, trying to understand it. So thanks.
For sure. What other questions we got? We good. Remember, everything business. Always go business. The credit optimization is putting your credit in that position to go business, to put everything in the business. When we do the funding, we're putting that funding in the business name. Like, we're not trying to attach anything to y'all's personal. There's going to be certain situations where people do have to put it in their personal. Like I said, lenders want different things, but we're going to be able to guide you. It doesn't matter if you put it in your personal, it's fine. Like, there's always benefits to putting it when you know the game, right? You know the cheat codes and you got the access and stuff. I can, like I did, I put it in my personal, but now I refinance 6 months. I took my I was building for 6 months, hustling, making sure it worked. Then I refinanced it to the business. Well, now I got all that stuff paid off over there. Now my profile looks super good. I got $1 million worth of debt out. That means if I want to go buy $1 million business right now, I can, because they like, damn, he already got $1 million. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you call building a profile. That's what you call making sure your credit is where you can get anything you want. You want to go buy something, it ain't no, oh, we need proof of income. We need ain't none of that no more. Ain't no debt to income ratio. We make these profiles get whatever you want. Whenever clients come through with us, we expect you guys to continue to come through with us, right? Like, we just got you 250K in funding. Guess what? You ready for round 2. You want to go get 250 more? You might get 3 or 4. Now you got $500,000 worth of credit. Then you for the next re-up. Now we re-up again and get you more credit. Lines of credit and things like that. That's how you really touch the big bucks, and you're able to, go buy shit. Let me go buy that restaurant that's already making 10, 20,000 a month. I'm gonna just put it. I got the line of credit right here. How much is my monthly? Okay, the monthly's 10,000. It makes 40,000 a month. I'm cool. Let me get it. You know what I mean? Business owners want to exit all the time because they can't handle it. They don't got the time or things like that. That's your chance to grab shit. You know what I mean? And get them out the way. People get old. Those people are gonna then be done with that. Their family members. You got to realize what's going on right now with how our younger generations are seeing things and what they're seeing on social. They're not trying to be fucking business owners right now. And it's sad for the younger generations. I have children. Luckily, I snatched them out of public school on the 16th. They're done. And we're learning business. We're learning how to cook. We're learning how to clean. We're learning how to be adults. We're learning how to run a business. We're learning finances. We're learning credit, because they don't learn that shit in school, and they damn sure don't learn it on TikTok or social media. All they see is toxic shit. You know what I mean? So, that's what this shit really be about. This shit really be about that.
You just brought up a good point, man. So you're talking about social media and shit like that, right? What's your major marketing platform when you were first starting out? How did you get out there? I mean, obviously you're known now, but when you were first putting your first vehicles out, I mean, if I throw a vehicle on Turo now, I've got 0 fucking trips with it and all that kind of shit. How did you grow to where you're at now? Just Instagram mostly?
Man, basically just Instagram. Every person that really booked with me, I gave them it was like a little flyer. I was like, man, follow me on Instagram. Keep in touch with me. To be honest, I only been on Instagram. I was off social media from 2018 to 2023, bro. I wasn't on social media for 5 years. I was just like, it was just too much toxic. It's too much going on and drama, and I just didn't really want to be around it. I came back to social media and I really just stayed consistent. I just kept spreading brand awareness of what I was doing. Turo host, Turo host, Turo host. I came to the point to where everybody booked with me. I had the best cars. I had the best fleet. I had the best customer service. I took care of my clients. I treated everybody how I was supposed to. I mean, I had people, I'm talking about the biggest dope dealers in the city, right? Booking cars with me left and right, and I didn't have to worry about nothing. I didn't bat an eye. Everything. Oh, some people are like, oh, I'm scared of it. Nah, this shit. I'm running a business. You know what I mean? Like, and networking. Everybody I spoke to, hey, oh yeah, I'm a Turo host, man. Come rent my car. Come rent my car. Are you traveling? Here, come rent my car. I didn't really go crazy on Instagram about what I was doing because Turo built it for me. And then I was just giving them my social media, like my like little flyers, not like a business card, but like a little flyer, like scan this and get 10% off for a lifetime every time you book with me. And that would bring me an Instagram follow, boom, 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 boom. I really didn't start getting really known on social media and where I'm at now until I became a mentor. And I started actually providing results for people and changing their lives. And that's why I was like, well, I wasn't ever known for being a Turo power host. I was only known for being an entrepreneur online and providing a service for people, that works, So I really stormed from that point. But the more you network, the more people you talk to, the more times you do post what you got, what you're doing. Facebook posts will do fine for anybody who's like isn't really big on social media. You got a lot of friends and people on, social media. On Facebook, you could just say, hey, if you're looking for a rental car, I started a business, blah, blah, blah. I did a couple of those, hey, if you're traveling or you need rental cars, here's my cars, book them. Then that led to like, hey, if you got bad credit and need a car, shit, I can get you one. The $375 a week, $1,500 down, no credit check, nothing like that. And people, then your inbox is gonna go crazy with people like you can't imagine how many people out there have bad credit that you think have a car and they're living good and they're really not. You're like, damn, okay, put them under a contract, and then that led into private rental. And then I was like, well, damn, shit, I can really just teach people how to do what I'm doing. Because sometimes it's a famous J. Cole line, bro. What's good flying with first class if my people ain't with me, right? So I be wanting everybody to win, everybody to enjoy it, because if I'm living this lifestyle and I enjoy my family, I love my kids and my wife, and I hate a job and I hate working for somebody, reporting to somebody, and being military, same thing. I'm not gonna be the fucking sergeant major of the army. So and I'm not gonna be the president, and I'm not gonna be the person that's above the president. So why keep never having the final, it's my shit, you know what I mean? So I was like tired of that, and I was like, man, I'm gonna just create my own shit. And really I went from there, bro. I just went from there.
You really put nothing into marketing then.
Huh?
You really put no capital at all into marketing.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't market shit. Right now I run marketing, I run ads on what I have now, but before that, I didn't do shit. I just threw up some posts, and everything really, I'm telling you, when you're where your feet are, right? Be where your feet are, and you're a business owner, and you take care of your clients, and you provide good customer service, and you make it convenient for them, and you take care of them. Even if you get burned, still take care of your clients, bro. It always works. It always happens. Just being a good person. I don't know. I spent a lot of my time, like early childhood and stuff, doing a lot of shit I probably shouldn't have done. Doing a lot of shady shit and bad shit, and, fighting people that was close to me and family members and things like that. But now it's like, damn, you just be a good person, this shit always comes back. You know what I mean? So I just learned that, and I just kept going from there. Yeah, Ramirez, that QR code was the play, bro. It brought them to my social media, which is where I was running private rental. So when I'm already teaching you guys in the mentorship how to do rent to own and private rental. All you got to get is a private rental website. You got Turo. Turo does that for you. Get you a private rental website. I in every car, I put it right there in the middle console. A little flyer, just a little 4x6 like flyer. It says, thanks for booking with us. We really appreciate you. Scan this QR code right here to be entered into our 10% lifetime rewards. You'll get 10% off every time you book with us, any vehicle. Boom. They'd scan it. It'd bring them to my website. I'd have a contact. Now I got a lead. It'd bring them to my social media. And I'm already going to give them 10% when I review them at the end of the trip anyway. So they're not really entered into a 10% lifetime discount. I'm giving it to them because they're returning. And when you rate somebody, you give them a discount anyway. You pick 0, 5, 10, 15. So boom, I just click it. But they think, damn, I'm getting this reward for being lifetime for booking with this guy. It's not even there. It's me running the whole thing. What else we got? What else? We got damn, it's already 8. Damn, we've been spitting fire. Look.
I was just gonna say, bro, I'm about to jump off. Andrew's got his thing going on right now. I'm gonna roll over there for a minute, man. But appreciate everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. I forgot AK's live. So if y'all want, go catch AK, bro. He's got the mindset. If you need your mindset shifted, go over there, hop in. He's great at what he does. He's good. So hop over there. I appreciate all you guys. This will be recorded and dropped in the call recordings. Y'all have a good evening. If you need anything, hit me up.